See, it always does this. I don't know why it does that. It puts it in like a different section. For whatever reason, Riverside and YouTube don't talk like they should.
They don't do right.
Like I have to go find it. That's the weird part. Like
Let's see.
there we go. Now it's there. Flash gaming. Add thumbnail. Okay. See, this is a goddamn break glass in case of emergency stream.
Hey, there you go. Let's go. All right, we're going to get that link.
There we go. Add these tags in here real quick. Welcome in, welcome in. Is this your first time here? Don't be afraid to hit that like button. Even if it's not, you should probably hit that like button too. You should already know better.
Absolutely. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. You know what? You can hit both. They're both free.
Get this shared out.
Save. All right.
Post that. Mid pen. Go ahead. Oh, dang it. Yeah, we got to do that.
There we go. Everything's saved.
There we go. And
send this link out real quick, and then we should be good to go. God, what an eventful like Friday. Normally you don't get a Friday this eventful for nothing. Oh, Husky, I think you're muted, man.
it is. I am. I would say it's been an eventful, like almost 48 hours with everything. But like today, and what happened, just what happened today. I know we're gonna get into it, but just what happened today. Like, look at the levity of everything. Like if you, I watched a few interviews last year with Phil, with people interviewing Phil. Like you can kind of see maybe the writing on the
He
wall with
said the
some of it.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He said like, this is probably gonna be my last year at
Yeah,
Xbox. And like, I'm not surprised that he's retiring because like you really can't be surprised because he told you
yeah,
he was gonna do it.
yeah.
But you think that he would wait until like after the 25th anniversary of Xbox, like to like take like a graceful exit after
Yeah,
that, and then for it to just happen so abruptly, like on a Friday, is really weird too.
yeah. That
Like, hey, Tuesday, I'm out of here. Like, I'm chucking up
and it was
deuces.
what is because I think it was effective Monday. It's Monday. It's effective Monday. He is
Yeah,
retired. He's retired. What's even crazier is the other person that resigned. Like they
I got a
resigned.
conspiracy theory. I got a
I
conspiracy
want to hear
theory.
it. I want to hear it.
Let me put this link out real quick, and then we can get into this. So, for all of you that are unaware, for whatever reason, some of the biggest news in the gaming industry as of today is that Phil Spencer, head of Xbox Games Division, has retired early. Essentially, he was supposed to stay on until summer, but he's decided as of today, with a very hopeful is the best word to say, resignation letter. Well, it's more of like a retirement memo, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's decided effective Monday, he's gonna go into, slightly earlier retirement. And along with that, Sarah Bond has also decided that she is gonna resign from Xbox
Mm,
in the same day.
mm. It makes you wonder.
That's There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around. I think the only one that I've heard that has legs, which is also the thing that I assumed happened,
Hmm.
is that when, Phil Spencer decided that he was going to, depart early, which I don't even think that was a decision on his part. I think he may have been shooed out of the door a little bit. Um, but with him leaving early, I think that she got passed up for the position by, I believe his name is Matt Booty?
No, well, Matt Booty is the one.
Yeah,
It could have been.
yeah, Matt Booty is supposed to be taking over chief, content officer,
Yeah,
with, Asha Sharma, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, is gonna be taking over as, new Microsoft, CEO,
yeah,
pretty much the head of the games division. Um, I think she got passed up for the position, and I think that they probably offered her something that was kind of below her current station, because that's normally what they do with corporate moves like this, where they won't move you down, they'll kind of move you laterally, or they'll
yeah,
make you share that position with somebody else, which is ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can also see where, like I said, they wanted to get Satya. I think what it was, Satya may have wanted someone in there that he personally knew or like has some dealings with, or just someone he trusts more so. So he wanted to put Asha in there, and instead of giving it to Sarah Bond. It could have been, like I said, there could have been a reason. Also, I've heard some other things where the whole writing on the wall where you know well, a lot of, I can say Xbox haters, but you have a lot of people that's thinking like, hey, them leaving is like the not the destruction, but it's gonna go down, even more so downhill with Phil and Sarah leaving. Now I don't think that, but that's what I'm also hearing is another part of why she saw Phil leaving, and then it's like all the stuff they're trying to do at Xbox, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave too. So
I could definitely see it,
yeah.
and if I'm gonna play devil's advocate, which I
Mhm.
really don't wanna do with Sarah Bond, especially just because, like, I I don't wanna talk about another black person like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But the only knock on Sarah Bond's reputation is that I think she joined Microsoft in, I think it was or the early 2020s?
It was, how long has she been at Xbox? I'm gonna have to look it up too.
Like, as the when did Sarah Bond join Xbox? Yeah, so she joined in 2023.
Okay.
So she joined Microsoft, in 2017, and then she got promoted to president of Xbox, back in 2023. So, like, she was already boarding, like, a sinking ship at that point because they had already burned all of their bridges when it came to the Xbox One, because
Yeah.
that's when the shift really happened over to people jumping ship to go over to PlayStation, because, the PlayStation 4 really just blew the Xbox One out of the water when it
Absolutely.
came to exclusives and pretty much just overall, it was just a better console, no 2 ways
It
about it.
was.
Um, and that was a huge departure from the generation before with the Xbox 360 being so popular and
Yeah.
so, like, it was just banger after banger after banger,
Yeah.
and it held this, like, kind of, like, special place when it came to, like, multiplayer shooters specifically, but they also had some of the best, RPGs and action games on the market. I mean, they really had so much momentum moving into that generation, and it all just came to a screeching halt when they kind of fumbled that release of the Xbox One, especially making it more expensive, bundling it with the Kinect and everything. Because in the
More
beginning,
expensive.
it wasn't optional.
Correct. Correct. It was more expensive, less powerful than the PS4, and higher price. than the
Mhm.
PS4. So it was like you're shooting yourselves in the foot, like you're hurting yourself more than you're doing anything.
Yep. And then they were first out of the gate with the always online DRM requirement too.
Yep,
And a lot of people hated that. A lot
correct.
of
But
people hated that.
it was, but it was. I said that when it came out, like it was a little bit of the it was ahead of its time. Now most games are, or most things are like that, where it's like you had to kind of always be online or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. But I completely, and as of someone who was an Xbox, day one Xbox person, I actually had a day one Xbox One edition controller, all that. But it was like having that, and it had some good stuff with it. But like I said, bundling it with the Connect or making people get that when they didn't want it, and like I said, the price that it was like, yo, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
You can tell that that was a huge kind of, I don't wanna say, like, falling off point, but, like, that really kind of it was the first, like, snowball that started the avalanche when it came to pretty much, like, Xbox's eventual decision to release all their exclusives multi-plat, and then a couple months ago, there were rumors that they were moving away from hardware altogether. Um, I think, if the Xbox One doesn't land as bad as it did, maybe we don't end up in this scenario, like this current timeline that we're in, but, like,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's entirely the Xbox One's fault, but, like, yeah, a lot of people jumped ship and went over to that PS4
It
because especially the PS4 lineup of games was
yeah,
just so much better.
it absolutely was. Now when Xbox, I remember when Xbox One first dropped, we had a decent number of games. We were getting, I think Titanfall when it initially dropped, it dropped on Xbox. That I know it took me forever to go back and play it, but Rise Son of Rome was really good. And there's some other stuff that came out at the time, Sunset Overdrive, things like that. But it's like
Yeah.
as things went on, because of their push towards more of a entertainment box instead of a console box, it hurt them in the long run more than anything. And like you said, who knows, had they went with something more gaming related that could also do something, like if they had maybe focused more so on the gaming side, hey, it's powerful enough to do this, but you can still do run your cable through it, whatever, you can still do stuff you could do with it. But if they focus a little bit more on the gaming aspect of it and push more so towards that, we may be telling a different story. And let the price be, have a different price, and not try to bundle it with the Connect or try to push the Connect on people, because that really, really hurt. And I still have mine somewhere. It's in my garage somewhere, but it's pushing that on people when a lot of folks didn't use it. A lot of people didn't use it initially when they had it on the 360. They tried it, didn't like it, but like they didn't want it. So
It
pushing
was
that,
just it was a hard
go ahead.
sell, like, it
Yeah,
really was because,
yeah,
they didn't at the time when the Xbox One not yeah, the Xbox One, when it launched, I think the launch titles there was a Forza Motorsport that was actually pretty
hmm,
good, but then it was Rise: Son of Rome, which got pretty decent reviews, but it didn't
hmm,
sell well. But then the other game it launched with was, I think, Dead Rising 3, which also
yeah,
got kind of like mid, maybe like 7.5, I think
yeah,
low 7 reviews.
yeah,
So, like, it didn't really have a launch title, and I remember buying a PS4 bundle to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was just like, "Okay, I need a PS4 to play Horizon." And then they dropped God of War, and I was like, "Alright, I'm just gonna stay over here." And then they dropped Infamous Second Son, and I was like, "Oh, well, am I a
I'm
PlayStation
here now.
gamer now?
I'm here
What are
now.
what are we doing?" And I I don't know. As a pretty much lifetime Xbox fan because, like, God. I've the my first console wasn't an Xbox, but, like, the Xbox 360 had such an impact, and the regular Xbox and the Xbox 360 had such an impact on, like, my childhood and my teenage years.
Yeah,
It just it sucks to see.
it does. And unlike some people, I wasn't. What was I? I wasn't when they first announced it, or I knew it was headed that direction when they were going to start being more of a publisher or putting games on everything and things like that. I wasn't the biggest fan at first. I wasn't completely about to throw my Xbox or go trade my stuff in. I wasn't going that far,
No.
but I was, it was like, well, I mean, if that's what they got to do, that's what they got to do. As long as we still get the stuff, here first or whatever the case may be. And it's seeing them go down this path and the things that they've been doing, they've been trying to do. It's like, and it's like they try so hard to put out games, and it's like it over the past 5 to 10 years, it's like they barely can get games out the door. You may get one or two a year. Last year they put out a lot. We had a lot of pretty good games coming from Xbox Studios, things like that. But it's like y'all can barely get, like I said, barely get stuff out the door from the council games we've had over the year, from the Perfect Dark, the Contraband, and certain others, or whatever the case may be. It's like, what are we doing? Like, and
I can't. It feels like Xbox took a lot of gambles that just didn't pay off
yeah, yeah,
because it always seems like they were either one step ahead or one step behind.
yeah.
And
I can see that.
like as much as as much as I didn't want to admit it, like because I've always loved Game Pass. Like
Yeah,
Game Pass was all I always thought Game Pass was super consumer friendly. Um, the first price hike I justified it. The second price hike I justified it. When it hit $30, I could no longer justify it. Um, if you're not like a content creator or you're not somebody who is like an avid gamer, I can't justify the price point of $30.
oh,
But
I agree.
it just didn't make sense to me. But then again, they're either too far ahead or they're too far behind
Yeah,
because then all of the stuff comes out like consoles are going to get a lot more expensive. The price of RAM is up, the price of memory is up, the price of hard drives is up. Goddamn, they're talking about everything from OLED monitors to memory cards is going to be through the roof, even phone chips. So now all of a sudden, Play Anywhere makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
And when you can't afford to upgrade a console, that $30 price point doesn't seem that expensive because you're like, well, I can play it on my TV. I have a Samsung TV. I can do Xbox Play Anywhere on my TV. I can do it on my phone. So it's one of those things where I was convinced that like they really saw the future on that one, or
yeah.
they got really, really, really fucking lucky.
I,
And
I,
they
th-
got
I
some smart people over there. So
yeah, I think in that aspect. I do think it's a little bit of both, where they got really lucky, but they also predicted, with them being in Microsoft, seeing the uh, development of AI, the AI push, and what it was going to need for a lot of these, for the AI to run properly. They kind of, I'm assuming they kind of saw, once again, the writing on the wall. It was like, hey, you see what it's taking for us to do this? What happens when everybody starts using AI and they're starting to push it and all this? It's going to need this, and this. We need to focus, let's focus on try to get our gaming division or whatever towards that, or a way to where we don't necessarily have to have, people don't have to have our boxes to do that. And we've seen it. PlayStation even has something like that. For those people who, the PlayStation Portal is out there, where it's basically your controller and a screen, and it's a
yeah,
lovely screen. It has a really, really good display. It works really well when you connect to the Wi-Fi. A good
I
Wi-Fi
mean,
connection.
yeah, a good Wi-Fi connection is a good. It's like with the age of everybody like streaming their games and all of
Hmm.
these like different services, like having good internet is almost going to be mandatory at this point. Like it is pretty much mandatory at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but as the shift happens more towards streaming, if we can't get the price of the technology itself down, it's it may be the only option. And like I really thought that Microsoft was really ahead of their time with the Xbox Play Anywhere initiative.
yeah,
But now it almost seems like they're walking some of those things back, or they plan to walk some of those things back because um in the pretty much the memos that Sharma and Matt Booty put out today. They're pretty much saying, "Oh, we are going to pretty much reestablish our." Um, I'm trying to find the exact quote,
Was it
but
the
yeah, reestablish their commitment to Xbox consoles, and pretty much they're taking a, games and gamer first approach, and I love it in theory, I do,
yeah?
but that is a complete 180 from where they are right now, and it just doesn't like, you can't really put like, you can't put the glue back in the
I would say
container.
you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube in this situation.
Yeah, it just doesn't work
mhm,
because like, are you gonna snatch your exclusives back? You can't. Like, you already gave them, and I'm pretty sure those exclusives that you've allowed to continue on to all of these other consoles and across PC, they're selling really well. Are you willing to cut off that pretty much supply of income coming in? Because the Xbox is what is it? For every 1 Xbox, 6 PS5s are sold?
yeah, yeah, and it's it's crazy that it's, once again, crazy just seeing how that is. But I've said it before. Like I I feel like Microsoft never really had a full fledged, like maybe after the 360 generation. Let me say this: after the 360 generation and that Xbox One, where it just hit a big lull, and Microsoft lost faith in the Xbox brand, and ever since then, it's never been a full. Hey, we got y'all backs 100%. Hey, we got y'all back. Don't mess up. Like like if I feel like you messing up, we go step in, and I think that's a lot. I do think a part of that is, it's kind of what happened with Phil Spencer. The reason why they had to push for that, they, bought all those studios, all that money, shareholders, people wanted to see some more return on their investment quicker, and they felt like the Xbox brand was not branding like it should. The big shift to more so publishing, putting exclusives everywhere, and it turned to Microsoft Gaming instead of Xbox. It's still Xbox, but it's like they also call it Microsoft Gaming now, the Microsoft Gaming
I don't
division.
like it. I don't like that one
And
bit.
I eat me either. But they started pushing that, and it's like, if just two examples, when last year or the year before last, whenever the year before last, when Indiana Jones came out,
Mhm.
and I think it was getting, or before it came out, it was something to do with, they announced that it was going to PlayStation either right before the game dropped, or like before the game actually hit the full release. Have the thing, it got announced that it was going to be going to PlayStation as well.
It was at Summer Games Fest, I remember,
But
because I was like, "Oh, we're getting another, indie trailer," and then, it was like, they it was like at the end of the trailer, it was like coming to PlayStation. I
yeah,
remember just going, "What?"
and it's like, why are you? Why are you? First off, why are we telling people, like, if it's a year away, you could have waited 6 months, or waited till the game came out first and then maybe dropped it. But I talked about, I just did a piece on, not a piece of a TikTok video on something similar, or something like that, where go look at PlayStation State of Plays. The ambiguity, if those games are gonna be anywhere other than PlayStation, is always, is that game gonna be on something else? Oh, it's gonna be on
No.
Xbox. I didn't know
Watching
that.
that trailer, you would
I
never
didn't know
know.
that
There's not an
because
Xbox logo in sight.
they do. PlayStation believes in their brand wholeheartedly. So even on their state of plays, you do not know unless they tell you, unless it's already been out there. You don't know. And even if it has been out there, they won't. They, a lot of times, they still won't put that branding on that game. Like Beast of Reincarnation. It was an article I called out PC Gamer for putting that John Wick was going to be a PS5 exclusive when it's not.
No.
But you watching the state of play, it's not on there. Project Winless. Everybody was up in the air like, is this gonna be on PS? This gonna be a PS5 exclusive? It's not, but it's the fact of that ambiguity is there. It's about our brand. We don't care about if it's gonna be on Xbox or not. We don't care if it's gonna be on Nintendo or not. We don't even care if it's gonna be on Steam or PC. It's about it's gonna be over here where we at on PlayStation, on Big Blue. And Xbox don't do that.
I don't. I'm not. I I agree and I disagree because Xbox has some of the best showcases in the business.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
it's without question. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if they're having a good year or a bad year, they can throw together an Xbox showcase,
They can.
and every time it's good, if not great.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the big ones with, like, the last one where they showed, like, Clockwork Revolution, they showed
Yep.
Fable, they showed, um, like, I think that was when they showed, like, Gears of War E-Day last summer,
Yeah.
and then they just did a developer direct, and they showed the new Forza, and then they showed another Fable trailer, and, they went more into, like, Beast of,
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're really good at pretty much building the hype for their games and, like, showing the games themselves
Yeah.
in their showcases. They're really good at that. Their developer directs are always really good. Like, their marketing department, killing it.
For the
Fucking
games, but I'm talking about as a brand, it's like if my only
as
thing
a
is
brand, I'm like, "Why do I need an Xbox?"
that,
It's
and it's like, but why are we putting that this is gonna be on PlayStation at our showcase? You could easily release that in a blog post like PlayStation does when they do stuff like that. They'll put that like it ain't gonna be on their state of play, but it may be in a blog post at the end of the game, at the end of it when it comes. That's what I'm referring to. Is like why are we even putting like PlayStation put you don't once again you won't know if games are coming. People like I look on Twitter after the showcase. In order for me to find out if it's going to be in Wales other than PlayStation, I usually go to Twitter and somebody I have a list of the games that's going on other consoles or whatever. That's just one point I'm pointing out where PlayStation about their brand. It's about their brand, and it's about what's going to be over here. Not we're not showing you what's going to be on everything else. As far as like it may be going to everything else, but you won't know about it on from us. We're not telling you that. We want you to think it's
well,
only going to be over here, and that gets a lot of
Xbox also
people.
has a bunch of studios, though. They have a bunch of studios that are now
They
making
do.
multiplats. So they have to advertise those as multiplats because that's where the money's coming from right now.
Right, correct,
Forza
correct.
Forza Horizon 5, um, sold super well on Xbox as
It
an
did.
exclusive,
It
and
did.
then almost 4 years later, went on to sell an additional 4,000,000 copies on
It
PlayStation.
did.
It's
It did.
always at the top of the charts on PlayStation since it, like, left that exclusivity window.
Mhm.
So, like, as Microsoft, you are bleeding from your hardware division. Your hardware division is bleeding. You did 2 price increases in 1 year to try to cap off some of that, like, just some of it, and it
Yeah.
didn't work. So
It
now what? You've opened up the door. You're like, "You know what? We'll let a few things out," you know? Some of our they're
it's everything.
exclusives, but they're third party, right?
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
started it that way. They were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
initially, yeah.
you can have some of these. You can have a Grounded, you know? You can have a Sea of Thieves. That's fine." Right? And
It's
then they saw
just
that money
just
start
these
coming
four.
in,
Correct. Yeah. But that's
and
also go ahead. I'm sorry.
you
Go
can't
ahead.
cap you can't they just can't. I don't think they can go back,
No, I
especially
don't.
monetarily, they can't go back.
Not where they are right now when it comes to you look at like you said you pointed out it's like for every one Xbox is six PlayStations, 6 or 7 PlayStations out there, and it's like they can't go back. Also, the fact that you were the only brand not to have a Christmas sale or Christmas price. Granted, Nintendo didn't have a sale, but they didn't raise their price either. But it's like the PlayStation 5 had a little bit of a discount. You can find a little bit of discount. Nintendo, the Switch was still, available, but you didn't do any price cuts for Christmas. It's like you don't want to sell your console. Like this is one of the times to you want to push for those console sales around Christmas because hey, kids are getting new consoles. People are getting new consoles, and it's like if your console is out there and like sitting on shelves, it's not going anywhere. You're the highest priced console out there. You know the 2 terabyte Series X is higher than the PS5 Pro.
Mhm.
It
So,
it just makes me wonder, like once
I've
again,
I
what are we
found the
doing?
ori I found the official numbers.
Hmm.
When the PlayStation 5 and Xbox first came out, PlayStation 5 was outselling them 4 to 1.
Hmm.
Now the gap has shortened a little bit, and now it's 3 to 1.
Okay. Okay. Eh,
It's still not
st-
great.
I was gonna say
It
that's better, but
it's
I
still not great.
it's but my
It's not it
it's not good.
'cause we had this
It's
conversation a long time ago about if I like, because this new generation has no brand loyalty to Xbox. They don't have
mhm,
it. Like, they weren't here for, like, the 360 generation.
they don't know
So,
about it.
like, they don't know about, like, the golden age of Xbox, nor do they care.
They
So,
do not.
we have brand loyalty to Xbox because we remember those days. We remember playing Halo and Modern Warfare 2
Correct.
and, playing, like, Fable back in the day. Um we remember how good all of those experiences were, and all of those experience was almost every one of those experiences was on an Xbox 360, and we have, like, that leftover brand loyalty
Mhm.
from the Xbox 360 generation, but this new generation of gamers does not.
They absolutely
Like,
don't.
they probably remember, like, their first console may have been a PS4.
For a lot of them was a PS4. And I'll go a little bit deeper on that. They probably don't have brand loyal to PlayStation. It's just that that's the popular console, and that's all they know. And you know, granted, it's it's still once again, not no shade to PlayStation. I love PlayStation as well. They have some great things going on, great games rather. But like you said, it's they don't know it. They don't know the good times or the good days or years or the golden era of Xbox. The Xbox, even going from right when the Xbox One, not one, but the Xbox to Xbox 360, like that. They end the regular Xbox to the 360, and from like just the whole 360 generation, like amazing. Despite having the red ring of death and all of that, it's still the games and stuff that was on it like made it worth Xbox Arcade, all of that. Like even the Xbox Live, everything that was in that, what you could do with live, your avatar, like it just all
Yeah, movie
overall,
night
man.
On the
Yes,
Xbox Live, like, you
playing
could see, like, your little avatar, and you could,
yes,
kind of not like movie share, but, like, you can, like, share your screen and watch a movie with your friends on Xbox Live. Like,
that what was it? One versus 100. You can play that. You can play that with your like it. It was
with
so
your
much.
avatar, yeah.
Yes, like it was a time. Like it was truly a time, man. And they don't know about it, and will never know about that. And all if they do know anything about Xbox, they know it's all Xbox. The Xbox is trash, bro. Like that's all they know. Like it's no, it's not a good time.
Yeah.
That's all
I
they
mean,
know.
but you're gonna stay on a console,
Oh, yeah,
or maybe just a gaming platform in general
yeah,
for 2 major reasons: where your friends are at and where most of your games are.
facts.
Because that's the main argument with every other, even on PC, like, every other marketplace trying to compete with Steam really can't just because, like, I have hundreds and hundreds of games on my Steam library. Why would I go over to the Epic launcher? Why would I go over to the Ubisoft launcher? Like, the idea of having to go somewhere else when all of my stuff is here, that's a really big thing to ask somebody to do, is to make that jump.
Exactly. And I know a lot of them don't have the same ease of access to Steam like it is and stuff like this. So it's like you're making me do all this, and why? For what? It's not as easy. Just let me be able to do. Let me. I'm still buying your game. Let me just be
Yeah.
able to play it right here.
It's like, if I was, like, maybe, like, a 15, 16-year-old kid,
Hmm.
like, all my friends are playing on PlayStation, I've heard about this Xbox Game Pass thing, but, like, if you really think about it, and I hate to say this because I love Game Pass. I love a lot of the games on Game Pass.
Yeah.
They're not there's not a lot of major successes coming out of Game Pass.
Nah,
If you think
not
about it, there's no like, Game Pass doesn't have, like, a God of War. Besides Expedition 33. Expedition 33 was on Game Pass, but it was also on every other platform.
yeah, yeah. And granted, it was the only place you could play. Well, if you pay for Game Pass, I'm not gonna say you're getting it free because you're not getting it free, but you get the assumption that it's free where you can pick it up and play.
Yeah.
And that was my big thing about the what you mentioned about the price hike, them going to $30 for Game Pass. And like you said, I love Game Pass. I was a big proponent of Game Pass, big proponent of just when they introduced the Xbox Series consoles from the Series S to the X. Like I used to tell people all the time, hey, get an S, especially for kids. It's some next gen experience, and for the games they play, it will run the games they want. All this is all that. Now it's like I can't even refer people to the S because it's so high. Just get a PlayStation. But Game Pass once again. Also, Game Pass is like you got this, you can try this, you can pay for Game Pass, they can try all these games. Now it's like I don't even want to refer anybody to it because when the tiers can be confusing, then the highest tier is $30. And if all they play is Call of Duty and they heard it's on Game Pass, you might as well just buy it. You might as well just buy it.
Yeah, because Game Pass has had more fumbles than successes because, like, Doom: The Dark Ages kind of landed with, like, a meh reaction to it.
Yeah,
Um, Starfield,
yeah, that right there.
it just didn't. It
Yeah,
just
for a lot of
didn't. It
people.
was a 7. It was a 7, and that's being nice. They haven't like,
Yeah.
it was a big thing for them to be like, "Hey, you don't have to pay for Call of Duty this year. It's on
Hmm.
Game Pass." Most people play Call of Duty for Warzone, and Warzone is free.
Pretty much. You
So,
know,
like,
I think Black Ops 6 did decently well for it, but like
it did.
Black Ops 7 has not
No,
been.
no one cares.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
And then that's the other part of it is they're
mm,
still bleeding from that acquisition of,
yeah,
Activision
Activision.
Blizzard King, like, they're still trying to get healthy from that,
Yeah, that
and
yeah, because you
it was like $70 billion?
yeah, it was a lot of money. And you got to think about it, prior to that, they had what a few years prior to that they had acquired Bethesda, like Bethesda and ZeniMax.
Mhm.
You had that, and then you turn around and buy Activision Blizzard King. You bought them, and it's like, granted, you're getting games that do normally generate revenue, but it's like all the money you spent, and I think that played into maybe not the downfall, but it played into where Xbox this would push it towards the direction it's been headed towards, and because of all the money they spent, like I said, the shareholders wanted to see more return on their investment. Um, it's once again, and we're talking about Xbox, but like you said, I still love Xbox. It's still my preferred place to play. Ecosystem, like I said, I have a huge number of games there. Most majority of my friends are on Xbox, so it's like I do have that loyalty, a little bit of a loyalty still because I still enjoy everything that it offers or what have you. Even with Game Pass, I do pay. I'm still on the ultimate tier or what have you. However, I was smart enough to pick up a few things so I wouldn't have to be. I haven't paid the $30 per se yet, and so
Yeah. Yeah, you can
but
you can get, like, you can still get the cards.
yeah, and stack them. So, but and I know like, and I will say this to be honest, over the past s- five 5 months, I don't think I've really played anything on Game Pass for real, for real. Like I maybe tried
Mhm.
a few things, but I haven't really played anything necessarily because I've been playing other stuff. So it's like,
Also, like, I've still been paying for games. That's like,
yeah, yeah, that's it. That's another thing. Then
And
when
not
you
everything's on Game Pass,
no,
like,
it's not. It's not. Even though they touted, I know this year they were gonna have so many games this year, and it's like, granted, they just put in Kingdom Come 1, and then we get Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is dropping in there, so you'll have access to both of those. But it's like, is that really enough? And granted, we're gonna be getting something soon with it's something that's so becoming soon, but it's like, once again, is that gonna be enough? And we don't even have, I think, Beast of Reincarnation is gonna be in there, but it's like, is that gonna be it? I mean, it's not like you're getting Resident Evil Requiem in the day one or anything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still you paying $30, we want a big name game. And the conversation we was having earlier about, their big game for this year is Fable. And it looked good from what we saw, but the question is, will they be able to land that plane? As someone who once again loves Xbox, but is a huge Fable fan, and I don't want, I'm not looking for them to just remake Fable and it be the old Fable. Like, as long as you give me that little bit of that same feeling, it's being developed by English studio, so the humor looks like it's there. But long as you can do that and just give me the gameplay, from what we've seen, it looks like it's gonna give it to us. But if they're not able to land that plane, I mentioned it in the conversation we were having earlier on in the Discord, where Halo has lost its prestige. Halo is no longer the
Halo's
Halo.
absolutely cooked.
Halo
Halo is absolutely cooked.
is not the Halo that we grew up with. And, Gears is kind of, listen, the original trilogy is, still has the highness. People have high hopes for E-Day, but a lot of, 4 and 5 right now are like, people are like, it's Gears.
Well,
So
let's have the honest conversation.
yeah,
If any of these acquisitions have actually paid off, and when you really sit down and like look at it, like 343 Industries hasn't dropped a good Halo since Reach, arguably. I mean, people want to argue with me about Halo 5. You can, I won't. It wasn't good.
no,
Um, let's see. Mojang just has Minecraft. Minecraft isn't it just prints money. It just is what it is. But like
but it's Minecraft though.
turn turn 10 turn 10 got dissolved into Playground Games.
Playground, yeah.
So that one's gone. So you're not getting any more Forza Motorsports. You're just getting Forza Horizons. Let's see. Obsidian. Well, I love Obsidian. I really do. But
Same.
they're good for a 7 or an 8. They're not going to
Correct.
give you the 10 you need to move consoles. Ninja
Correct.
Theory.
I will say Avowed is doing, which is crazy. For the life of me, I don't understand this. It makes me feel like they're really, I mean, I do think there's an Xbox tax, but it really makes me see that when a game releases on Xbox and then it releases on PlayStation later on and it gets a higher review, like, it's the same game. It makes it looks, I don't know if anybody else it looks funny, but it looks funny to me. And I'm like why? Avowed got like I think it opened with like an 80, I think, initially when it was on Xbox.
I think it was like an 80. I think it was like an 80 overall. Like, it was
Yeah.
good. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, I'm not saying it's bad, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
It didn't do numbers. People didn't like, even me. Like, I played it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought I would love it, but it was good, but it wasn't great in a year of really great games. Which
Oh,
is like,
absolutely.
if it came out in a different year, if it came out the year before, no, because we had Metaphor ReFantatio. If it came out the year before that, no, we had BG3. So like,
It
I
probably, I
think
mean, it may, I will say this. If it had came out, I would say, even if it came out in 2024, avoid Expedition 33, it may, once again, it may not have been like, the most amazing, but it would have been like, hey, this is nice. Like, I think you would have had a lot more people saying, hey, this is pretty good. Everybody should try this. A lot more people talking about it. Had we not had the big distraction of Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Expedition 33, and a lot of the games we had last year, it's like, it's good amongst a sea of greatness, and it's like it's not getting noticed. It's basically what's popping. So
But we can continue this. Like,
yeah, yeah.
has buying Bethesda paid off?
Not
No.
lately.
No.
Not lately. Starfield didn't do what it was supposed to do, and I think it was. I think the disappointment. It wasn't Starfield was bad. It was more so just it was a big disappointment where it was touted to be a the people gave it was going to be a game of the generation, game of this and that, and it was like it came out and was like it's just okay, and a
It's
lot
like
of
I said, it's a game you wanna love, but you
yeah,
just can't. Like,
yeah,
you want to. Like, I went into it with Bethesda bias too, because I was like, "They're finally giving me the space game that I always wanted from them,"
yeah,
and I got maybe, like, halfway through the game, and I was just like it like, the Bethesda glasses finally came off, and I was just like, "Oh, this is not very good. It doesn't get any deeper than this. This is a kiddie pool." Like, the RPG
yeah,
systems weren't very deep, the relationship systems weren't very deep. Like,
yeah.
it was a lowercase RPG.
Mm, yeah. I, so it's with that. I mean, I don't know how well Oblivion did last year with the remaster they dropped that.
That was
But
Obsidian.
that was that was Obsidian did that. They did the remaster for that.
I think that was Obsidian. Well, no, it may have been Bethesda.
That was I could have sworn I thought it was Bethesda, but I mean, but
I thought
Obsidian did
of
have
I
three
thought of
games last year. They had Avowed, Grounded 2, and Outer Worlds 2. Obsidian
I
dropped
may
3 games
be
last year.
I may be wrong. Is it? No, that was Bethesda.
Yeah.
That was Bethesda. I'm thinking of, something else. But, like, it like, that came out and it did pretty good, but,
Mhm.
like, it was a bigger I think it did way better on PC than it did on Xbox,
Yeah. It probably did. It probably
and it was
did,
on
man.
Game Pass, so, like, I don't I don't know, like, people still were buying it on Steam, and there's
Steam.
PC Game Pass, like, it's one of those things where I don't it doesn't make like you were saying, it doesn't make sense. Like, these games go to other consoles, and it feels like they appreciate them more than we do.
Yeah. I mean, it could be it definitely can be said for that where well one they don't have game pass so they have to I mean PC does but like you look at
Yeah.
like you said the how well Forza did how well Sea of Thieves did how well what else like just a lot of the Xbox games that have gone over the exclusives that have gone over to PlayStation have done really well but I think it's also a little bit of a vice versa. For at the beginning, I will say this: when Helldivers dropped on Xbox, the numbers for that first month or week or whatever, the
Oh,
sales
it
were,
smashed it.
yeah, it did really well. You know what I'm saying? So you get that now. I will say, certain games can be a little bit more, but I do agree. Like the studios acquiring those studios outside, and I will say this outside of Activision, like with Black Ops 6, because Black Ops 6 did really well. This
It
set
did.
and
It did
it,
really
but
it did really well.
I really think people were people are tired of Call of Duties every year. Two, two, you dropped another Black Ops back to back, and it was like, yo, we just had a Black Ops. What are we doing?
Yeah, that was a huge mistake.
What are y'all doing? And it's like, once again,
But then
yeah,
they dropped, what was that vampire game that, that got I think it was, Arcane Austin shut down.
Redfall.
Yeah,
Redfall.
Redfall
Mhm.
was a dud, Starfield
Was
I don't wanna call it a
terrible.
dud, but it didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't hit like they wanted to.
Halo Infinite didn't get supported early on enough, so that went away.
Correct.
Well, it didn't go away, but everybody just stopped playing it because
Yeah,
they weren't supporting
it
it.
wasn't getting support.
Um, Psychonauts was an amazing game, but it
Yeah.
didn't really sell that well.
No, it didn't. It got, I think it was more critical acclaim than financial, but
It was.
it's double
But,
fine.
like,
You know what I'm saying? So
it like, we appreciate these games. That's the
mhm.
thing, though. Like, same thing with Hi-Fi Rush. So, like, we, the people, like, who, like, play games really appreciate these games, but and then we also still have that Xbox bias that we talked about, but, like, I don't think any of those games by themselves are console sellers in the way that a, God of War or a Spider-Man or The Last of Us or
Ghost of Yote,
Uncharted
Ghost
or
of
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Yote,
Yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima, fucking, God, they're calling Horizon an industry plant, but, like, it still is a really good
it's still a
game.
really good game. And this is coming from someone who I just played, I just finished Horizon Zero Dawn maybe a couple of months ago. And it's like I missed out, but I'm playing through it. I'm like, yo, this is fun. The story is good. I love where it was going. I end up downloading two because I had two already. I end up downloading. I was like, let me go ahead and install it because I might go ahead and jump right into it once I finish. Didn't get a chance to, but that's something that's on my list of this year to play. That and Death Stranding 2, like those experiences are there for a reason.
And
And
they're only on PlayStation.
yeah, a lot of majority of them, you can get them on now. Now PlayStation did their thing where they're shifting to also
Yeah,
putting stuff on Steam, but it's still, if you want this first and foremost, you want it, you got to come here first. Like if you
hey,
want to
same.
play it while everybody is talking about it, you got to come here. You can't go over there. It's not coming to Steam right off. You got to come here. What's going on? But you got to come here to play it, and that's how. Once again, Xbox can't do that. They don't.
They
People say it.
could, though. They like, at one point, they did have the power to, like, Master Chief could bring people to a new console.
Halo 3. That was the last time they could do that.
Reach? Nah, Reach.
Well,
I
Reach was,
Reach was it was good. It was incredible.
but Reach was, so you had Halo 3, and when did Reach come out? Reach came out what, before, was it before 4 or after?
I think it was before 4. Let me see.
It's basically when 3-4
Halo timeline.
when 3-4, because a lot of people say it, when 343 took over the making Halo, they, like, a lot of people was like, you know what, this ain't, I don't, it just, a lot of people ain't gonna say they stopped enjoying it, but it wasn't, I guess it wasn't as good. I never been a huge Halo guy. I stopped playing Halo, and Halo 3 was my last one for real that I actually played through.
I don't. Yeah, Reach was before 4, but because I looked up Halo timeline, but it gives
Yeah.
you the timeline of how the events actually happened, so that's pretty counterproductive. But it, like, I don't, like, they said it a while ago, and I didn't believe it, but they've been saying it for years, and I just didn't. I chose not to believe it, but now it's becoming a lot more evident. I don't know if Xbox has a console selling game.
They don't. Like, oh, so let me say this right now. Once again, well, you know what? I can't. They don't anymore because Fable is going to PlayStation. So it's like
They don't.
the what we had in Fable, could it make it, could if it's good as we all hope it is, it could have been, but it's not going to have the opportunity to. They're giving it to everybody, and nothing's wrong. Once again, let me say this: there is nothing wrong with that. More people get to play the game. That means more money for the developers and the people who made the game. That way they can keep making more fables. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that part. But it's like Xbox has moved so far away from that console seller. Like, even if the new person, Asha, if she comes in and wants to once again try to put the toothpaste back in the tube, how are you going to do that? Now, if you want to try creating new IPs, but the thing about new IPs like, can you actually go full weight all the way through with these new IPs? Because every time y'all have tried to put out a new IP, it has not gone well. Redfall, even
So
with the other. Go ahead.
she's stated that she has like a 3-step process for trying to like, because their big thing is kind of like returning Microsoft to its former glory, renewing those commitments to the people that have been lifelong Xbox fans. Because like
Yeah,
25 years, like that's lifelong at this fucking point. Like if you really think about it, it's a good portion of
yeah,
most gamers' lives.
yeah.
So she said in I'm not gonna exactly quote it because it's a long ass email, but she said her first job is simple: understand what makes it work and protect it. Right? That's step 1. Pretty
Yeah.
much figuring out what works over at Xbox, figuring out what the secret sauce is and not changing the recipe. That's pretty much what she's saying. And she's saying that they wanna get rid of the things that don't work, and pretty much saying that that takes courage to do when they're willing to do it. Her and Matt Booty are on the same page about that because they both
Yeah.
mentioned that they want to improve the processes, keep the stuff that works, and get rid of the stuff that doesn't. Now, sounds great on paper. You
Correct.
didn't say how.
Correct. That and
Didn't say
that's
how.
and my fear is no shade to her, but my fear is she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to do that. And granted, that's one of the, I think one of the reasons why they promoted Matt Booty to kind of help, but she doesn't know how to do that. So it's gonna be interesting to see exactly what she's gonna do. Like I said, that's why I was saying I'm gonna hold my judgment to see how these next 2 to 3 years play out.
That's that and there's another part of this that, somebody down in the live chat is mentioning right now,
Yeah,
pretty much with, like, AI taking over everything and all the fake Sora videos and all this, like and all the madness that's coming with that. Um, eh, we kinda have to address the elephant in the room that Asha Sharma came from, I think, Meta's AI
yeah.
division.
Core AI. She was like,
She was part of Core AI for Microsoft. She
yep,
was working when she was at Meta, she was working on the AI integration over there. And then I think she also was, like, on the board of Home Depot and some other shit. I think
yep,
she also worked for, Instacart. She was the COO of Instacart. So, like,
yeah,
she did get in front of it, though. She did because I'm pretty sure she knew, given her history, everybody was gonna assume that she was gonna come in and she was gonna push a bunch of AI things, and she made it clear day 1, like,
she's
"We
saying
want games made by people, art is
correct.
made by people, we're not gonna push a bunch of AI slop." Um,
The question though,
that's yeah.
what what- she may not consider creative AI as AI slop. She's been working in it so long, she may know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she's not saying it won't be AI in the games or AI being used. She's not saying that.
No, she
So
did she picked her words. She didn't
yeah.
say that they're not gonna use it. She said that they are not gonna, uh they said they're not gonna milk their core titles, and they're not
Hmm.
gonna release a bunch of AI slop. Those were the words that she used. She
Yeah.
didn't say anything about not using AI, not integrating AI,
Hmm.
nothing of that nature. She just said, "We're not gonna release slop."
Yeah. Yeah. On one console can save us. It's called the Steam machine, which would
Oh
be great for
god.
future.
Not if it's $1,600. It's not. That's not saving nobody.
Listen, I told people the Steam machine. The key thing with the Steam machine, because I get it. We know we have the RAM, all the shortages is going on with everything. However, if you put out a so-called console and it's overpriced, on no matter how many SKUs you have, you got 2 SKUs. If you overprice those SKUs, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to sell. You're gonna have people that do have Steam already and they get it. You may have a few people that pick it up, but it's like you're going into the console market and you're already consoles are already high right now. So it's like if they come out too high, it's not gonna sell. You got to think
There
about
was
people.
a
Oh, go ahead.
They released a sales estimate for Steam, Like, I think because Sam's asking how much, I think the estimate for how much it would be to make to make, like, a Steam machine was, like, $1,200 for the low
Yeah,
end version and 15 for the regular.
yeah. So
That's
if
a lot of money.
it is, so if you're putting out a console that costs $1,200 on the low end, once again, you will have people to buy it. Look at the Xbox Rogue X Ally. Look at the other Steam machine. I mean, other handhelds and stuff. You're gonna
Hell,
have people
AK
that's
bought
gonna
one.
buy it. I heard. I remember she was talking about
AK
it.
bought a ROG.
Yeah, she was saying she was having, she had ran into a few issues, but she's enjoying it overall.
Yeah.
But $1,200 for on a low end, people can it's people right now to this day still using their PS4s. So what makes you think you're going to push a $1,200 console on people that don't have, one, a Steam library, two, are still probably playing on their PS4 or just upgraded to the PS5? Why would they switch to Steam? That's got to be your market. That's got to be your thing. Why are we switching to Steam? Granted, it's moddable. You can run this on it. I don't know how to do all that. I like my ease of plugging and play. I'm just saying that's how some people look at it.
Yeah.
That's why console will never, I don't think console will officially ever go away, because the ease of plug and play, people pay for their convenience. Not that much
Yeah,
of a
I
convenience, but
mean,
they pay for their convenience.
it's really the truth, and,
Yeah,
like, as long as there's even if it's a very
I agree
small
with you,
barrier
Sam.
to entry, as long as there is a barrier to entry for PC, there's always gonna be the people that are apprehensive, especially at the price point of building, air quotes, "quality PC," because there's all types of, like, you could make a budget build and upgrade it as you go, and you can do all
Yeah,
the other stuff, but, like, the thing that's so convenient about a console is that, like, I know what I'm getting out of the box, and
yeah,
I know, like, "Oh, I bought this PS5. I know that I can go home and play God of War right now. I don't gotta mess with any settings. I don't have to fucking turn stuff down. I don't have to turn stuff up.
yeah.
I don't have to make sure that, like, I have, like, DLSS on and all this other shit.
Correct.
Like, I can just put
Just turn it
disk
on.
in. You don't even have to put the disk in. I
You
can
just
go to
download it
virtual
once,
store, download it, and then
and
just get right to throwing axes.
it's
Like
gonna play. And I don't have to worry about my machine sputtering trying to run this game.
yeah, I don't
So
but,
that's what I
like,
say.
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah. And I want the Steam machine to be. I'm interested in it. I am. I'm once again, depending on the price point, I'm gonna probably pick one up. But I'm interested in it. This is coming from somebody who, my PC is not the best. I need to upgrade my graphics card and some other stuff. But that, and I have a Steam Deck, so I'm like, I built my Steam library over the past year. Like right now, my Steam library, I went from, like, at the beginning of 2025, I may have had like 4 or 5 games on Steam. Now I have over 50. Like, I've built my library up, and I plan on adding more because Steam sales. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. In instant gaming, other places, like, you can't beat some of those deals. But it's like
Epic Games is giving away games for free, and they can't get people to fucking
every
go over there.
day. Now listen, I don't listen. I have so many. I have like 10 to 12 games on Epic right now, but I'm like, they're on Epic, and I'm like, oh, I forget I got this, because
See?
I was gonna buy
See?
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, don't I got this already? And I'm looking like, oh, I got this on Epic already. I sure do got this. And I was like, don't buy that. Maybe I don't. But it was like $5. But I had to convince myself not to spend the $5 on Steam, because I already got it on Epic. But I already got it. But it's $5 though. But you already got it. You're right. You double buying. Leave it alone.
I've done that before. I've
Yeah,
done that before just for
yeah,
convenience. Like,
correct.
I've bought a game on PlayStation, and then it went on sale on Xbox, and I was just like, I'm tired of logging
Yep.
on to Discord so I can talk to everybody. I'm just gonna rebuy
That's
it.
it.
It's like $5.
That's it.
But, like, it just I don't know. The thing for me about the Steam Deck that I don't fully understand, is pretty much who it's marketed for. Because, like, you you are the person that they would be marketing like a regular PC to. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even think you're the audience for a Steam Deck, but you meet the audience for a Steam Deck because 1, you're a games enthusiast, 2, you're a content creator. So, like, your curiosity for the Steam Deck is kind of rooted in wanting to talk about it and also wanting like, being genuinely curious about it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the Steam Deck has been marketed towards a more casual audience. It's supposed to be an entry point for people that find building a PC intimidating.
Yeah.
But
And
now you done fucked it up because now you've outpriced the casual.
that's once again, that's why I harp on that point of it has to be priced right, because like I said, if the estimates are $1,200, and even if for the 512, who will you get? Who's gonna buy this outside of those, people that love Steam? I seen a couple
It's
people saying that
enthusiast.
yeah. Outside of them, who else is gonna buy this? Who who's gonna dip their toe in the water on $1,200 for this console, man? That's what I'm saying. Like, so it in just in theory, this could be amazing if it's moddable. You can do all the stuff to it like you can do with another PC or the Steam Deck itself. Like, if all
I
that's
don't
in
even know
theory
if it's
amazing,
moddable.
and
Like, they might
that's
come out with upgrade packages for it, but, like, everything in the Steam machine is custom built for it to be that
mm,
convenient and that small.
yeah.
So, like, you can't slot regular parts into it, I don't think. Like, maybe, like, you can, like, upgrade, like, the RAM sticks and shit, but, like, besides that,
Is That's the thing. Like I said,
I don't know what you'd be doing with it.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're looking at that. It's a whole nother conversation, man. Because it's like, granted, you want it to be something, and it can play, be able to play play the games and all that stuff. Excuse me, all the stuff. But it's like, once again, what are we doing with that price point? It's not. It's not gonna do well. But right now, apparently with the RAM, because I've been hearing even Steam Decks are sold out everywhere. Like the actual Steam Decks, people are
Steam decks are sold out.
they're having a
The
hard time
ROGs
finding
are
stuff.
even the Xbox, like, handhelds and shit, those are
Yeah,
starting to sell too. Like, there's a new resurgence for, like, these kind of, like, handheld PCs because the
yeah,
price of regular PCs is through the roof. Um, because now they are the cheaper price point to
yeah,
get, like, enter the ecosystem.
yeah. It's crazy. And what just another point I think we kind of mentioned before, but he brought it up, or someone brought it up about how, you know PlayStation just closed Blue Point.
Yeah.
They did close the Blue Point studio, and I know I talked about. I did a video the other day about talking about nostalgia and how I think just asking the question, do you think your nostalgia is ruining modern gaming for you? But I'm not
Huh.
against remakes, and I'm not against. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think some people it affects them, but a lot of people who, if you play games, if you still have cherished and love the older games, but you still play these new games and like them. I don't think you don't have you may criticize them or have some criticism for them, but you're not completely like, oh well, I'll just rather play this instead of play this because it looks like this, and I'll go play that instead. So it's like, but I'm not against remakes. I love remakes. I love remakes of stuff that we actually need remakes for or remasters for. But you close a studio who specialized in remakes,
And they were really
and
goddamn good at them too.
that's
They were really
specialized.
good at them.
Now, granted, it was said that they wanted to do something different. They were also working at one point in time. They did support for God of War Ragnarok, because the last game, I
Yep.
think the last remake they did was Demon Souls. They was on support for God of War Ragnarok, and they were also supposed to be working on a God of War live service game. Sony canceled that,
As they should.
and
Sorry.
I agree, because I'm like, what are we gonna do? Now the Spider-Man game looked interesting, but it's only so much swinging around the city and fighting certain bad guys I can do it before I get bored. But
I would take the risk on this on
I
multiplayer
would
Spider-Man.
too. I would
I
too.
would
But
take
it's like,
what are you gonna play as, like, Atreus?
and that's the thing. Like, who are you gonna play with? What are we gonna be
It's an
doing?
MMO though.
Eh,
So, like, you th
Are we gonna be?
and I
Are
hate
we gonna
to
be?
spoiler alert, all the gods are dead. He
That's what I'm
killed
saying.
them.
Are we gonna be a different?
What are
Are
you
we gonna
gonna
be a new
play?
god in the world or something like that? And it's like, what are we gonna be doing? But I understand them canceling that. But my question, the point I was making was they canceled that, and they didn't give them anything else. at one point in time, PlayStation said they were doing the remasters to help fund newer games or help whatever the case may be. You own a percentage of FromSoft. Your IP, beloved IP that didn't sell well in the beginning, but over the past so many years, it has reached in the millions of sales. And that game I'm referring to, which everybody wants or apparently wants, is Bloodborne. You had Bloodborne sitting right there, and you didn't want to give that to Blue Point for them to make this game. And from what I was looking at, their timeline was about 3 years between games. So you
It's
can
got to
get
be something contractual. Like it
it.
has
It
to be
has to
something
be. That's
contractual with Bloodborne. Either
but
that or like they done lost the original files, kind of like the because that's why they said they couldn't remake a bunch of stuff with Destiny because they lost like the original
the real
code for it or
files.
some shit
Yeah.
for like the first like 3 DLCs. But
But my thing is, they
there
own
has to be an explanation.
it's. I want to know because, like I said, they own a percentage of FromSoft. So it's like, bro, like you at this point just ask for forgiveness after you put the game out. If that's the case, but it's like even not even Bloodborne, you want live service. You have Killzone, you have Resistance, you have games in your library that you could possibly remake, maybe get people out there you can that played those games.
Infamous.
And that's it. That's
Infamous.
another one. You got
Where
stuff
the fuck
in
is
your
my
library.
Infamous remake?
You got stuff in your library. Sucker Punch does not want. They said they didn't want to do another Sly Cooper. Blue Point was sitting right there that you could have remake drop Sly Cooper or Sly Cooper remakes the whole trilogy or whatever for $50-$60 and put them out there and let them, let's see if this makes them. You had the keys, and it just really made. And once again, I still love them, but at the point what I'm asking is, what are we doing? You have the key stuff. It's like you don't want to. It's like you don't want to give the people what they want. You want them to want what you want them to want, and it's like
I'm not gonna lie to you. PlayStation had a off year last year, to say the least.
It wasn't just last year,
right? But hear me out.
To me,
PlayStation pretty much took a year off. Like this year, they don't even really have that many big announcements besides like Wolverine. Like it's Wolverines, it's Ghost of Yotei Legends, and then Saros.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything else. And that's strange because
Phantom Blade Zero.
Huh?
Phantom Blade Zero.
Yeah. I don't know if
it's not a first party though. But it's not a first party.
Phantom Blade Zero scares me because I'm excited for it, but every time I see it, I'm just like
I can see that. I can see that.
But like even still, like that's an off year for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And last year was an off year for PlayStation. And my top 5 games, I think 3 out of 5 were PlayStation exclusives. Or as far as consoles goes, the only console you can play them on was a PlayStation. Dispatch, Death Stranding 2, fucking Ghost of Yotei. So
I can see that.
What are we like? If PlayStation on an off year is still landing that high up on all these lists, and Xbox in a year in which, like, in my opinion, they had a really, really good year last year. They had a great year. And there was a lot of hype going into this year, and then they still couldn't land the fucking plane. They had the best showcase I've seen in a long time last year. That showcase was fucking amazing. They showed so many games that were coming out the same year, and then that's when they first announced the new Fable. You saw Gears E-Day. They showed the Doom trailer before that came out. They showed Clockwork Revolution. They showed it was a lot. I remember walking away from that showcase like, Xbox is back. We're good. Xbox is fucking saved. Like, I was hype as shit. And then nothing. And then PlayStation was like, okay, we got these. You can have Ghost of Yotei. Oh, this is incredible. Like, Death Stranding 2. I can only play Dispatch on PlayStation and PC. So, like, Even on an off year, PlayStation's still out here shooting threes. Like, come on.
I don't. Well, technically now you can still access to you, even though it's censored. You can play it on Switch too, but that's besides the point. Don't do that.
Who the fuck wants to do
Don't
that?
do that. I was gonna say
Who wants to do that?
Don't do that. Do not buy Dispatch on Switch too. Okay, you don't do that. Don't. Either PC
get
or
the full
PlayStation.
experience. Put the kids to bed. Go ahead, play an episode or two before you go to bed. All right.
Yeah.
Put the little kids to bed.
Definitely, especially that first episode.
Nap time. First episode.
All of them, but
third one.
The first one, you got to think about the first one. The little acid dude, his junk is out.
Yeah. Well, in the third episode in Visigow, that's pretty much a whole sex scene in the opening credits. So like,
that's what I'm saying. Like it gets crazy, but it's still a good story. Don't mind other stuff.
Story.
Go play Dispatch. Go play Dispatch.
No, it's an incredible story meant for adults. So like, it's fine.
Yeah. But hey, listen, I agree, but I also think that's on when I just credit the PlayStation for being like, you have developers that if they don't develop for any other console, they make sure to develop for PlayStation because they know that's where the majority of consoles gamers are on PlayStation. So they make sure to develop that. So like I said, they'll wait once, and I think it's Xbox's fault to the maybe not all of their fault, but some of their fault where they're valued as the last place I'll put my stuff for a lot of developers. It'll come to Xbox eventually. We'll put it over there eventually, but right now we're prioritizing to make sure it gets on PlayStation, Steam, PC, Switch 2. Eventually, we'll put it on Xbox, and it's like that's been the sentiment for a lot of years.
Just imagine how massive it would have been, because the first time we all saw Expedition 33 was on an Xbox showcase.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just imagine that being even a timed exclusive.
Oh,
like 6 months. That could have been a console seller.
Listen, had they had the right mind, I would have locked it up for at least. But see, once again, they don't.
Silk Song's on Game Pass. Imagine if that was at least a timed exclusive. We don't you could do the same thing PlayStation does. 6 months.
They don't. That's the thing about it. I don't know why they won't do the timed exclusive. Like they say it hurts gamers and stuff like, or hurts. I'm like, bruh, listen,
y'all hurting me right now.
You're in a business, and the business of competition is there. PlayStation does it. Why don't you? Because I would have locked Expedition 33 up for at least a year. I think
that's why they're going. I think that's why they're making the transition from having two pretty much gaming focused heads of Xbox and now doing 1-1. I think that they were like, okay, we tried to do the thing where we believe in the vision of two people who genuinely love video games and they genuinely love Xbox, but like,
y'all being too
we're
nice.
running a business here. I think it may be time to get somebody more business minded. I think that again, that I think that also goes with, I think Sarah Bond was passed over.
Yeah.
And that's probably why she resigned, because they were like, look, we need somebody with some business acumen. We need somebody who is going to kind of protect the bottom line, even though like let's keep it a grip here. Like Microsoft's got a giant fucking war chest. Like if they want to play these games, they can play these games. They can just outspend PlayStation. They've already been outspending PlayStation.
If they wanted to, they could probably buy PlayStation from Sony. Like they can buy the PlayStation brand from, if they want, they have that much money. Now, not saying Sony would sell, but I'm just saying.
The company.
That's what I'm talking about. Microsoft. That's what I'm talking about. Microsoft could and add. That's what I'm saying. They really wanted to. They have the money to do so, but it's just to your point.
Bank.
Correct. The thing about Little Bank is Little Bank knows what to do when it comes to, like, they, once again, the marketing, the brand, like the PlayStation brand is synonymous with success at this point. It's synonymous with being the best place to play your games. It's synonymous being with being devs want to develop for my console. Like it's synonymous with being the best place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and they put that there is because, like I said, you got games like Spider-Man, you know, Last of Us, Ghost of Yote, right? All those are
God of
there.
War, fucking
Even the third,
Uncharted.
correct, third parties want to put their games first on PlayStation. You look at Death Stranding, you look at Phantom Blade Zero, you look at others like Dispatch, Absalom, game I championed and loved last year. Where can you play it at? Outside of Steam, where else can you play it? PlayStation.
It's BG3 timed exclusive on
Correct.
PlayStation when it came to
On
consoles.
PlayStation.
Like it
Know what I'm saying?
PlayStation, like I get it. They had a really, really good jump off point from PS4 to PS5. And there's another part of this where I think that a lot of developers were saying that they didn't want to make games for Xbox because of console parity between the Series X and the Series S.
Yeah. That's a, listen. I said
And
I've
it's
been saying that.
required.
That was a problem. It wasn't, and I said that I was on another podcast I used to do called GRG, and I said that very same thing. I said the Series S is not the problem. It's the parity clause. It's the clause of having developers have to make the game for the Series S. If it can't run on the Series S, it can't come. That is y'all fault. That's low key why. That's one of the reasons we did not get Black Myth Wukong initially on Xbox the same time when the PlayStation. It probably PlayStation may have
That's
had
why we
time.
didn't get BG3 either.
Correct.
Because they couldn't get BG3 to work multiplayer on
on
the Series S. They said it openly. They were like, we can't figure out how to do this right now.
And having that parity clause really shot them in the foot. It's like, and I get it. I get it. That's you believing in your hardware. I understand that. But you made a device that one was not as powerful as the big brother. So at a certain point, it's either, hey, we'll get it working we'll get it working at some point. Can we go ahead and put this out for people who ponied up and got the Series X? And it's like, nah, you can't. You gotta wait till you get everything.
Well, they promised console parity before they had the games to do console parity.
Correct.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like it's really easy to do console parity with something like Psychonauts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not a very demanding game. It's damn near indie. So like it is what it is, but like console parity, like even for something like Forza with all of its features and all of its graphics and everything like that, like I don't even know how the fuck they did that.
But they probably had those dev kits. They've been working on those dev kits for forever, like since before anybody else actually had them or got a taste of them. So they know. I'm assuming they know how to maneuver through that. That's an in-house studio. I give them a little leeway because they're in-house. They get hands on a lot of stuff first before it goes out to anybody else outside of outside of Xbox or Xbox Studio. So they probably already knew the ins and outs of, hey, we know how to do like this or whatever the case may be. So we know how to make sure this runs on that and runs well on that.
Hold on, because the live chat is talking about Uncharted 5 will never come to PS5 or PS6. Says who?
That's if they decide to make it. The thing gonna be, are they gonna make it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, PlayStation has already proven that they're willing to go back to the well as long as it'll fucking have water in it. Except for
As you see,
Infamous for some reason. For some reason, Infamous just off the fucking table. But I'm bitter about that. I really am.
Listen, I won't, because I've never played Infamous. So the fact of
it's so good.
I would love to replay those because I didn't have a PS3. I had a PS2, but I didn't get a PS3. Didn't get a PS4 till later on down the line. And when I did get it, I was playing stuff like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and some of the other stuff, Uncharted, all those. Didn't get a chance to play the Infamous games. So I would love to play those games that I missed out on. That's been a lot of my journey, just because I didn't pick up PlayStation. I had Xboxes. So going back and playing some of those older PlayStation games, I would love that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not against remakes. I'm against remakes
You
that
played
we
Mass
don't
Effect
need.
before, right?
Yes, I beat the first one. I gotta play the rest of them, but I played the first one.
So so Infamous was very similar to Mass Effect in a way of the fact that it had a morality system
Yeah,
and everything like it affected like everything from your character's appearance to like how the story ended based off of like the pretty much the morality system of like if you decided to do like an evil run or like a good one.
yeah,
It wasn't the first game by any means to do that, but it did it really really well.
yeah.
The story was good. um and the part that really just I feel like they're like they don't know I exist, but like why are you fucking with me like that? Putting 3 Infamous references in Ghost of Yotei, and you're not announcing a remake.
You
For what?
the studio you had to do it, you let them go. So unless that's my thing. Like, are you gonna be
No,
any remakes you're gonna do? You're gonna put them, you're gonna give them to the studio that actually made the game? Because Santa Monica is making the they're doing the remakes of the God of War trilogy. So like once again, you still had other stuff that the studios didn't want to do. So are you gonna make all your studios do remakes of their games that you want? Sly
I
Cooper, you
mean,
gonna make Sucker Punch do
they
them?
remade The Last of Us before the body went cold. Like, they
We had listen, let you had because we already had we've had Last of Us Part One has been remade what 3 times,
So, yeah,
twice, maybe 2 or 3 times.
Last of Us Part 1 original, Last of Us
Mm-hmm.
Part 1 PS5, Last of Us Part 1 the remake collection, which was the Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 remade, and then I think they added extra scenes to like do with like all the DLC and the connective tissue. They gave it the Skyrim treatment.
Skyrim's on everything. Like if your refrigerator could play a game, that game would be Skyrim. Skyrim's on everything. But it's just you had I guess once again that's my big point with Blue Point, man. You close the studio and you it makes me are we still trying to do this live service push? Because if we look at all the live service games you've put out, and that one, let me say this: I am not forecasting any bad vibes towards Marathon or Horizon, but I'm just saying all the lives.
I'm a recovering Destiny addict, okay? I don't know if I can handle any marathon slander.
Listen, but all the live service games you put out have been duds, and now and I say you, but you look at Helldivers 2, and it's like you look at Helldivers 2, and it's like Helldivers did amazing and still doing amazing, but that's more so Arrowhead success than PlayStation success. I think
I agree.
y'all tripped and fell into that one. Like y'all really tripped and fell into that one.
Yeah, that was right place, right time.
Yeah,
That was definitely right place, right time.
absolutely, absolutely.
I think because when yes, all of Sony's live service games have like pretty much became duds, but at the same time, like I don't think Xbox has that many successful live services
Oh
either.
no.
I don't think anyone but that's not Fortnite or like Call of Duty is doing live service
Mm,
very well because like Overwatch waxes and wanes, but like it's almost an institution at this point.
Yeah,
It has its community and they spend a lot of money.
yeah.
Same thing with Apex, but like how many like you as a company should be fully aware that there's not enough space in the ecosystem for that many live services.
It's not. And you mentioned Xbox, like you look at the only one that comes to mind with Xbox, you can say outside of Call of Duty, is but Xbox's own, which is Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves was doing pretty well there for a while. Now I don't know how it has been for the past 2 years or so, but like 'cause they were dropping updates all
Oh,
of
it's
that.
smashing over on PlayStation. It was one of the top games sold on PlayStation last year.
Yeah, see, so that means as a live service type of game, that's still doing pretty well. That's still doing pretty well. I thought it was. I couldn't remember the last time I looked at it was like it's been maybe this time last year or year or a little bit before, but I thought it was still doing okay. And when it came to being a live service, but like you and so I will say this: I didn't play Concord, but the unnatural hate for Concord was definitely undeserved. Same thing I said about High Guard, but the only problem I had with High Guard was you all were charging for it. Now, I don't know where you're charging for the game. You were charging for that. You also had a battle pass. When you have Apex, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, all are hero shooters, all out, and they are free. It's like, hey, I'm already eating free chicken right here, but you want me to pay $40 for your chicken? I'll pass. I'll
That's
pass. I'll do the free chicken. I'm good.
but like all of your needs are already serviced.
Yeah,
If you're a Fortnite fan, like why would I play anything else?
correct,
Like if
correct.
you're Arc Raiders is like Arc Raiders has had a paid entry, but like that game is also like
It's
the community loves it. They're willing to like pay to play
so
that game.
correct, and
I
that
don't
makes me wonder if
know.
Marathon's going to do well because it's an extraction shooter similar to Arc Raiders.
I'm not gonna lie. It might be the Destiny bias popping its head up, but like the energy has shifted around Marathon
Yeah,
and but it's shifted in both directions at the same time, depending on what side of the internet you're on. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, Sony's got another Concord on its hands,"
I've
and all
seen
this
that.
other stuff.
I've seen that bull
But
crap.
then there's also a lot of people, and I've mostly been getting my information from people who have played the game, and I've been watching gameplay of it. Um, like Burnt Peanut, Cross, all of those like Destiny guys that got like their invites to play it. And they're saying like it's a fun game, like it's really enjoyable. The art style looks really good. It looks like they put a lot of money behind it. And like when they put it back in the oven for those 3 months, I feel like it was them pretty much. I think Sony poked him in the chest and was like, "Hey, if you fuck this up, I don't know what your future is gonna look like."
Again, back to the point. Everybody didn't think Blue Point was going to get canned. Everybody was looking at Haven. Now, granted, they're still working on fair games, but they were probably looking at Haven and I think Bungie. But my thing, I I want Marathon to do well because when
Yeah.
I'm a big believer of iron sharpens iron. Competition is good. One needs the other. I think what will happen if Marathon is good, that will make Arc Raiders that much better. And then they will
Oh,
turn
I don't
around.
care about that.
I listen, I do. I do.
No,
Because
no, no, not that part. No, 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 no,
yeah.
no. I
But
want Marathon to do good so I can get a Destiny 3 eventually. If Marathon does bad, Bungie's fucked.
well,
Bungie is
for your
fucked.
sake and other Destiny players, I do hope that as well because I don't well, I'm not I don't like games failing. I don't want games failing. I believe there's enough space
No, no.
out here for everybody to, introduce and enjoy the games they want, things like that. So, and I think when games do well, that opens up the door for more creativity from these studios. And I was talking about this previously, where when these studios try something or they put out certain games, even if it's a live service game, if that game fails, it basically shuts down studios saying or publishers or big people that own corporation companies that own those games, those studios, like, hey, you know what? Nah, we ain't for to let y'all make that game y'all want to make. You know what I'm saying? This is what we want y'all to make. You all go make what we want y'all to make. Like
It
it's like
limits
that.
risk.
Correct.
You don't get the leeway unless your prior game what was it? Hazelight Studios was talking about
Mhm.
hey, like EA gets a lot of hate, but EA has done a lot for us and they give us the leeway to make what we want. But
Yeah.
The part that they're not talking about is Hazelight Studios is 3 for 3.
And that's it. That's it.
Like,
That
well,
when you
you can do that when you're 3 for 3. You can do whatever the fuck you want when you're 3 for fucking 3. Now, Bungie is not. They're not. They're like 1.5 out of 2 because, like, say what you want, but, like, Destiny isn't dead yet,
no,
and
they
they're
just released
slowly
what
killing it.
Renegades. Didn't they just
So
release Renegades?
they released Renegades a couple months ago, and that
Yeah.
well dried up really, really fast content-wise.
Mm.
And they were supposed to get another, major DLC around the same time the marathon comes out. I think the DLC was gonna come out, like, the week after or maybe, like, the week like, 2 weeks after. But now they're saying that they're not gonna get that update until June. The content well is already dry in
Mm.
Destiny right now. All of the Destiny content creators are singing doom and gloom right now because they're like, "I don't wanna make content for this game because there's nothing here. Why would I
Yeah.
support a game that's not being supported?" And they were hitting record low numbers before Renegades came out.
Mm.
That little infusion of Star Wars fans brought them back up a little bit, but now those people are leaving. The content is gone. And the Destiny, like, community is insatiable when it comes to content. They blow through it in a fucking day, but
Yeah.
they're willing to keep replaying it, but only for so long.
That's it because once again, I fell off Destiny a long time ago. But for those people that have been there and have been playing it, like you said, they once you put out content, it's like most time they get through
Gone.
it in a day. They eat it up, and it makes me wonder like do y'all not have maybe get more people to help develop for stuff like maybe the company find ways to put out more or it may once again or the time to maybe move on to Destiny 3. But I know they have been working on Marathon because they needed, they want Sony had a live service, they needed a live service game. Bungie was right there. They've created several games that do well, and hey, why not give you guys the opportunity to do this? And once again, I do want Marathon to do well for just the success of the studio. But like I said, it's still my only one little key point I mean to bring up earlier was I don't like one thing I don't like is you guys are doing a server slam
The week
5
before.
days
Yeah.
before your game comes out. You should have did your server slam and maybe the game release a month later and to give you time to if there's anything that comes up or arises, hey, we got time to fix this. So now
So
if you got to fix it, it's gonna be fixed while the game comes out. It's like, eh.
I'll argue that point. I'll argue that point
Go
because
ahead.
I am very tapped in because I did, I have done some of the play tests for it,
Yeah,
and, for, like, the early alphas and a couple of the beta tests. They always do the play test at the most inconvenient time, though.
yeah,
Like, they're really bad about that. I've missed several of them.
yeah,
It is what it is, but, like, I will say that I think I think the server slam, they're just treating it as an open beta. I don't think it truly is. I don't think they're testing servers because, like, this is also the same company that, like, Destiny, Edge of Fate, and all that other stuff, like, those are
yeah,
huge releases.
yeah.
Not Edge of Fate, Final Shape, but, those are huge releases, and I can tell you the queue times are gonna be ridiculous because as a Destiny fan, I already expect it. But, it's just something feels different about it now than it did when they first announced it, but also, like, I need it to do good enough for us to get a Destiny 3. But at the same time, it Destiny 2 is damn near dead. A lot of people left after Final Shape, and the people that didn't leave and they stayed around, like, even those people are starting to go, "Okay, I don't wanna play Marathon, I wanna play Destiny, and you're not giving me any more of it until
Yeah.
June." June ain't that close.
Nah, it's not. It's not, and especially when you got so many other, other games that you could possibly playing or checking out, and it's like this one game that I love to play and want to play, we're not getting content for it. And the content that, like, once again, when they do drop the content, they'll come back and they're gonna go through it in like a day, a week, and what else you got? So it's like,
Well, they've already lost the creators. Like when all of your major creators, like your Aztec Crosses, your Rick Cackus's, um, fucking Lucky P, Maddox, all those guys, they've moved on to other games. Like they like some of them, like Aztec Cross might as well be a goddamn variety streamer at this point. Like, and he was like the one of the top Destiny creators, like period. Like so, it just when you lost most of your core audience. You
yeah,
still had your ride or die content creators. Even those people are leaving. When is it time to go, you know what? We're gonna put this game we're gonna put it down. We're gonna take it outside, we're gonna put it down, and it's all hands on three.
and that's that. Once again, when when do you do that? How do you move away from that? Because like I said, it's
Final
either
shape. It was
that
in the name
that
final.
that should have. I
Final.
mean, so that should have been it, and that
Finito.
should have been it, and they should have put a full stop. Like that should have been the period on the end, like on the end of the sentence. But I'm not sure if it's they had extra stuff. They were trying to milk it for as much for as long as they can. Not sure, but it's like you're doing that, you're only hurting your community. You're hurting your community, and that's hurting you because that's pissing them off. And it's like
Yeah.
you're not giving, like you just
It's
says, you're not giving us anything Destiny. I don't want to play Marathon. I don't even want to support you. I'm not buying Marathon because I want Destiny stuff. You're not giving me that. I don't want to play anything else you're putting out. I'm going somewhere else.
yeah. And I don't even want to get my I told you so's off. That's how sad I am about it.
Yeah.
Because god damn did the Destiny community on TikTok try to kick my back in when I was saying that after Final Shape, I think I'm done. Well, it looks like y'all are done too. So you can put your apologies for when I clip this. You can put your apologies down in the comments because I feel like some of y'all owe me one. It's all right. I still accept them. I won't get my I told you so's off right now. I don't need to.
And I mean, maybe it will. Maybe we'll see. You know, I don't know. I once again, I'm more so. I'm looking forward to this service slam that we're gonna get with Marathon, man. I
Oh,
hope
I
it
am.
does
I'm
well.
super excited for it.
I hope it does well. And so that they can finally. But my only thing is, I don't know how big Bungie is. So will they have a team that's going to be supporting Marathon if it's doing well, and
I think
another team
so.
working on maybe a Destiny 3 if they
Well,
can
they
stay
can't
around.
do they have like another 10-year plan for Destiny 2. I think Destiny 2 like I
What?
think the roadmap extends out like 5 years. So like they're planning on supporting Destiny 2 for like the next 5 years. I at the pace they're at, I don't see how.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know who's
why
going to be
though?
left. But like
Why?
I don't think they don't have enough they don't have the manpower to support 3 games. They can barely support 2 right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So like
I agree with
you
you.
gotta put a plate down. You gotta
You you you-
you're spinning too many plates. You gotta put a
you're
plate down.
going to take Destiny 2 outside, give it its final last meal what it wanted, and as it finishes, you put it down. That's it.
You know what? I'll even I'll give you the keys to the castle right now. So if I was fucking John Bungie and I had the keys to the headquarters, what I would do is I would release the next DLC for Destiny. I would
Mhm.
put that shit on autopilot for a little bit, no matter what condition that DLC is in, good, bad, indifferent, right? In order to buy some time for 3, I would I would definitive edition 1 because you could do Destiny 1, like, you can mash Destiny 1, Destiny 2 together, because they've taken old raids and, like, up-res them and put them in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So, if you created, like, a Destiny collection, maybe took, like, a year to do that, that would hold you over because I don't know how long Marathon's gonna be around either. Because live services are hit or miss. So, like, if Marathon's fucking flops, at least you still got this definitive edition in the pocket where people can play through Destiny 1 with Destiny 2 graphics and some of the
Yeah.
Destiny 2 guns and shit, and it also has, like, the quality of life features. That'll hold you over until you can maybe get a beta out for 3. You gotta smash that beta for 3, though. You have to.
And I mean that could possibly work. That could definitely work. But like you said, because you don't know how long marathon's going to be around, because they are hit or miss. Even if you do have a successful live service in the beginning, that success could last 6 months, may last a year, may last longer. But we've seen where that success, you have 100,000 of players 1 minute,
Look
three
at
months
Battlefield.
later, 3 months later, you're down to 20,000 players. You know what I'm saying?
I
So it's
haven't heard
like,
a peep about Battlefield. I haven't heard a fucking peep about
I,
Battlefield in a long time, and that was supposed to be around to stay.
I mean, I think uh somebody brought the Steam numbers for it currently. I think I have to go look. I can't remember. I think they said it's nowhere near as high as it was, but it's doing okay for right now, I
If
guess.
I
But
had to guess, probably somewhere between 10 and 13.
ooh, let's see if we can just check real quick, man, because it's
Maybe 18 at the highest.
so Battlefield 6. Let me see if I can. You better tell me.
Okay. Oh,
Let me
I was
see.
way off. It's doing just fine.
What it?
Steam within 24 hours, I think 65,
Okay.
65K. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
doing fine. It's
Yeah,
doing fine.
yeah. See, I told you it was still. It wasn't. It's nowhere near is what it was. Like it's nowhere near. It's nowhere near where it was, but it's still doing okay. You know.
Yeah, because what it was I think it peaked at on SteamDB was 747,000. That was a peak,
Yeah.
all-time peak. Right now, it hovers between 66 and 80, which is still good. That's
That
a that's a
is.
core that's a core
That's
fucking
still good.
audience. That
Correct.
that's Call of Duty numbers. So,
And
like,
see, that's what you want. That means if you provide updates, maybe new maps, stuff like that, it'll be around for this will be your battlefield for till they decide to maybe do another one. But like I think that's good. That's amazing actually.
but it's just so quiet. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Arc
I
Raiders,
haven't heard I haven't
Arc
heard a
Raiders,
peep from it. But, like,
and
with Call of Duty, like, Arc Raiders is in competition with Battlefield, but I don't feel like that's the same audience one for one.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But it's like but you look at the games that are out. I mean, and because Arc Raiders isn't necessarily a shooter, but it's like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and you throw in Arc Raiders in there. I think it kind of split the player base 3 ways now, because even though people don't, it's not a Arc not being a traditional shooter, it still has some of those elements in there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
because
think
Arc Raiders
it's
is sitting at so at its peak, it was 481,000,
mhm.
but, like, players right now is still 200,000. So they've kept 50% of their player base, which is really fucking good.
Yeah, yeah, and it's been out what 6 months now, close to 6 months.
Yeah. it's like number 5 daily users on Steam, top 7 sellers of all time.
Wow. And that's saying something. So that's what I'm saying. I think
And this is what Marathon is stepping into.
yeah, this and you got and you could throw. I guess it's a little different. It's PVE. I will say you got Hell Divers in there. You have some games that are around in that same type of genre or in that genre that's like they not necessarily a shooter, but it's still in that somewhat of a genre where it's close enough to where people will try it. Like people who play, you got your core people that play Battlefield, they're only gonna play Battlefield, or their core people that play Call of Duty, they're only gonna play Call of Duty. But you have those people that will jump from game to game because they like the aspect of this, but I still like the when I want to be more serious about my shooting, I'm gonna play Battlefield. But you know what? I feel like killing some bugs. We're gonna go save Super Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that. So
Look, I've been saying it. I don't think anybody's listening. Toxic Commandos.
I just told the crew to
Toxic
download the demo.
Commandos.
I just told the crew to download the demo.
The demo's not on console, sadly.
No, I'm talking
It's
about
only
my
on.
other
That's what
homeboys.
I'm saying.
Like
It's only on Steam.
yeah.
I'm excited for it because like it's been a while since I've had a decent zombie game, especially a multiplayer one. It's filling a void, man.
Yeah.
Like I think there's something there. I don't know what it is because I haven't played it, but like it passes the eye test for me.
Mm-hmm. I downloaded it. I have that downloaded. I got the another demo, Denshin Attack, the train skateboard type of game.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Stroop's video on that.
Yeah, I downloaded that. So I plan on I'm gonna play that this weekend. But yeah, I saw Toxic came out. I was talking to my homeboy LBG. I was like, hey, go download the Toxic Commando demo. We go play it this weekend.
Y'all let me know when y'all on that. I'll be in the audience because I can't play it. I'll just be in the audience jealous.
Man, I hope my console, my Steam, my PC can run it. That's the real thing. That's my only issue. If it don't run on, if I can't, I'll maybe try to switch it to my Steam Deck. But it looks like it's gonna be fun. I remember seeing the trailer for it. I was like, "What is this?" So
it looks good, like
yeah,
objectively good. I don't know. It like because this is some of the part of the conversation that I was having with AK. Like there ain't nothing wrong with a solid 7.5.
I've had this
There ain't
conversation with
nothing
several
wrong
people.
with a solid. Like not everything needs to be out of 10. That needs to be a 10 out of 10. I don't need a 10. Like
I don't
I don't
need
need
10 out of 10
Toxic
games.
Commando to be a 10 out of 10. A 7.5 with a good group of friends feels like a fucking 10.
Hell, a 6.5 with friends can be. That's why I say I don't let reviews skew me like that. Like I'll look at the numbers and see, like when I do reviews, if
No,
I'm
I'm
not
buying
writing,
it.
yeah, if I'm not doing reviews myself, like or writing for the site, like if I give a review, I give a letter grade and I tell you why or whatever. So if I say something is a B, I tell you why, like or whatever, or I recommend like what to play, what I didn't like about it. But I tell you, I don't just trash games, even if I don't like a game. But I'll play 7s, I'll play 6s, hell, I'll play 5s. If I can have fun with it, I'm all there.
It's also part of the fucking $39.99 club.
Yeah.
It's not a full price game. It's $39.99. Reanimal was $39.99. Marathon's $39.99. Expedition 33 was $39.99. I think Silk Song was cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I like this trend. Keep that shit up.
Listen, I don't need my game. I don't need every game. Every game should not be $70. Every game should not. It shouldn't be $70.
I'm a lot less judgy for $39.99. Now $69.99.
Oh,
getting some fucking judgment.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I listen. I was just talking about Toxic Commandos and how I wanted to, how I plan on checking that out. So I'm down. Have it downloaded on. Hopefully my PC will be able to run it. So we'll see tomorrow.
'Cause I saw that they released a demo, and I tried to I as soon as I got home, I logged on to the Xbox store, and I was like, "Damn, I can't find this fucking demo anywhere, fuck." And then I was like, "Oh, no." I looked it up, it's only on Steam. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that hurts."
yeah, yeah. It'll, they're releasing. It's gonna release on console, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still released on console. I think it's
Yeah,
March
it's
12th.
March. I
That
just looked
gives
at it.
me that gives me enough
March
time
12th. I
to
think
give
what they'll
Resident Evil the attention it needs.
what they may do is they may drop a demo on console before it's all over. Like you may get it maybe a week before or something like that. So it may come. It may still come.
No,
That's how they
I'm
do.
gonna be playing Resident Evil. It's fine.
Ah, that
Resident
does.
Evil comes out, like, next week.
Yeah, I'm saying it comes. They drop next week.
I'm alright.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good. I'm good. Imma be playing that.
Oh, y'all have fun.
Well,
I'll be
also,
watching.
putting Marathon right next to Resident Evil, fucking dangerous.
And I get it. It's
Dangerous,
two different
man.
games, but it's like
Mm-mm.
you're messing with your player base. You're messing with your player base.
Mm-mm. Possible Game of the Year competition?
And I
Eh,
said it. What 007. 007 was supposed to come out in March. They saw Crimson Desert. Whether Crimson Desert lives up to the hype or not, they did not want to take the chance. And you're like, hey, we're gonna delay our game and just work on a few things, okay? Because
nah, that trailer, they needed to work on that. That plane scene was moving at 2 frames a second. Like, that shit was
but
real bad.
so they're working on the stuff, but I'm saying, but they still got. I think them moving was them getting out the way of Crimson Desert. Now,
I
Crimson
thought they were
Desert,
dodging GTA before the delay.
GTA was already GTA was slated was before it came. The delay was supposed to come out in May, and they were already slated to come out in March or what have you. So that was still that's still enough. You were well clear of GTA. But I think Crimson Desert announced when they found out Crimson Desert, because I really hope Crimson Desert is good as it's being pitched to be, because it looks amazing. I'm still a little skeptical, but I'm still planning on picking it up. That and Pragmata are my early
Oh,
year
no,
games.
Pragmata's up there. I'm calling it. Pragmata's gonna be up there in the Game of the Year conversation.
Listen,
What they did with the 16-minute demo is absolutely incredible.
fantastic. I played it when it first dropped. Man, I love that was like when I played that demo. Like I was interested before, but once I played the demo, you have me.
It's
I'm sold.
so it's such a creative idea,
Hmm.
but, like, there's so many ways to execute that poorly, and they dodged every single one of them. That, like, mind-eye connection
Yeah.
between having to, like, use part of your brain, like your fast twitch muscles to, like,
Hmm.
aim and shoot, but also using the other problem-solving part of your brain at the same time to
Hmm.
solve that little puzzle, and there's that little amount of strategy where like, they also have that abilities on the puzzle screen, so you can, like, double damage and then, like but you only have 3 slots of it, so you have to pick when you're gonna use it. It
Genius.
it's so
I know.
fucking clever.
I know. Listen, when I started playing, I'm trying to figure out like, yo, okay, all right. Once I got it, oh, I like this. This is
It
fun. I'm like,
And it looks good, it plays
yes,
well, fucking buttery smooth. I had no issues. As soon as I finished the demo, I was like, "You know what? I don't wanna play through this. I'm good. I'm gonna buy it. I don't need to play it again." Because you're meant to replay the demo, like,
yeah,
like, do, like, the different play styles and shit, but, like,
yeah.
nah,
It You don't have to. You
nah,
definitely don't have
I'm
to. Like
good.
that, like Crimson Desert and Pragmata are on my like one of my two games that I already knew, because I played the Pragmata demo. I think when it dropped initially on late last year in December, whatever it was. But I played it then and was like, yeah, this stuff. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. And like I said, I've been watching Crimson Desert since like late 2024. I'm getting this as well. Like I got to. I'm gonna give it a
Crimson
shot.
Desert looks a lot like Dragon's Dogma 2, and I was really kind of
Oh,
disappointed. I was kind of disappointed with Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm not gonna lie to
listen. Let me tell you about.
you.
Let me
I
tell
was
you.
pretty disappointed.
I played Dragon's Dogma 2, played through it, in the beating it. I played through it, and actually got to the real ending or whatever the case may be. But I'll say
It
this:
wasn't for me.
I had fun with it. I'm just gonna say that it wasn't terrible. I enjoyed some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I was like, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself with it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah,
I got to the second region when you're like going around like that sand area,
yeah, yeah.
and I think that's when everything, all the immersion just broke for me because
Mm,
like I don't know, there was a point where I was playing the game and it has like so many systems and there's so many things that are features, not like they're features, they're game decisions, but they're
mm,
also super fucking inconvenient. And like I was just like, this isn't I don't have the same love for this as someone who played Dragon's Dogma 1. All of this shit just seems really inconvenient. I had the same problem with KCD too. I was
mm.
like, some people really love how deep and immersive this role-playing part of this game is. I don't. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
wanna have to craft something every time I wanna save the game. Sorry. No, I don't.
Listen, man, I that's for the so I have KCD one, and with it being on Game Pass, I was going to try it on Game Pass, but I'm like, I played a little bit of it, and I'm just trying to fight, and I got to trying to swing my blade or swing the sword. I'm like, bro, I'm slugging. I can't hit this dude. Like I don't know how I feel about this. So
It's
I want to
very
give it.
For Honor-y. It's got a For
So
Honor fighting style.
I may give it another try. Also, I may play it on console to see if it runs better, and I can get a feel for it there. But if not, I'll just say it's something that's not for me. Like
If
I
I
mean,
was to, like, fucking blow my knee out tomorrow and I could just sit at home and play games all day,
mhm,
then I would probably love KCD2, and that's probably a game that you could play for, like, 2, 3 months straight and do nothing else
mm.
if you wanted to. I don't got the type of time.
That's it. That's it. That's why I'm so hesitant about certain games, i.e., Souls games. If I get a Souls game and I feel like I'm not about to sit here and keep trying to replay the same guy to beat this one boss. I'm like, listen, that I can't do it. I'll tell you in a minute. I tried Sekiro. Was playing through Sekiro, whatever, and I got to one guy and I was like, I kept running to him, frustrating. All right, you know what? I'll be back. I took like 2 days off, came back, still couldn't beat him. I said, you know what? I'm putting this down. We're gonna uninstall. I may pick it up later on, but I'm like, not right
I
now.
did the same shit. I did the same
I'm
I got to the fucking, the white ape fight.
ooh.
I killed him, he picked up his head and hit me with it. I was like, "You know what? No. No."
I heard about it. My homeboy told me about it. He was like, it pissed
It's
him
the
off.
fucking worst, dude. It
And
is
I was
the 'cause
like,
it's such a hard fight.
I'm like, you
And,
know
like,
what?
people that are good at Souls games even admitted it was a hard fight, so don't even come for me in the comments
Yeah,
and say, "Get good." Like, there's people
listen.
that play
You
Souls
can
games that were like, "That one wasn't a walk."
you can tell me get good all you want to. Still not gonna bother me. I don't
I'm
care.
gonna get a new I'm gonna get a new game. How about that? I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna go
me a
play
new
something
game.
else. There you go.
You can
I'm gonna
play
go play
something
something
else.
else. There you go.
Game Pass got hella options.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. Well, we're past 2 hours, man. We'll probably close this out.
Let's go. Let's go.
Um, tell the people where to find you if you got any streams coming up, if you got anything else going on.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining this little, emergency Xbox stream.
No worries. Hey, listen, you know, I can be here all day, man. I love talking about games, love talking about games with good people like yourself. But yeah, I am the Husky Hokage. You can find me over on TikTok right now. You were streaming maybe about 2 3 days a week. Definitely come tune in on Wednesdays. We have I call it Listen. It's gaming discussions with the Husky Hokage. So that's my kind of my panel where we come in. I have a couple of prompts. We talk about some of the prompts, talk about some news, some of the games, some things that's going on in the gaming community. This is on Wednesdays from like around 8 to about 10 sometimes. So definitely come join in over there, man. I start off, and then I let people come up. You can come join. You tell your side or your piece or whatever's going on. But we're doing that right now. Shout out. Also check out the podcast over on my YouTube page, Victory Road, a Gaming Podcast. We just did an episode yesterday, and we got another episode. Normally it's on Thursdays, but next week we're gonna move to Friday because we're big Pokemon fans, and Pokemon Day is next Friday on the 27th. So hopefully, we're hoping for an announcement for Gen 10. You know what I'm saying? We get this new Gen 10, Generation 10 coming. So I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we'll be talking about Pokemon Day and any other news that has popped up around that time. So definitely check me at the Husky Hokage everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. I'm everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you can find me here, obviously. But soon you'll be able to find me here and somewhere else every Sunday.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you didn't know, um, news is out already. I'm gonna be DMing the new campaign for Get Wrecked, which is Ace's channel, the Straw Hat Boys.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
go.
gonna be the DM for their next campaign. Yeah, super excited to do that. Um, get to roll dice in a more consistent manner. That's dope. I'm bringing Alan Chance with me from Astral Odyssey. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great table. Um, more to come for that. We'll probably be releasing some like promo towards for the actual ramp up for the campaign, seeing as how it's like next Sunday, March 1st.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so that's gonna be dope. We have some interviews lined up with some people, but again, I can't talk about those until they happen because, scheduling things happen.
Yeah.
But if you haven't already, go watch the interview that we just did with AK Games. Great interview, great person. I'm telling you, the fucking Black Council of Gamers, the other another one of them is on the screen right now.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, and I was watching a
Yeah.
video. I follow AK as well. Shout out to AK, man. She's cool. I love her content as well. So definitely go check out her. I just added her on YouTube today watching y'all's interview with her. So definitely go check out the interview with them at AK.
She's the best. She really is. I'm trying to get her on more stuff because like it I there's like a level of when because when I was telling her because I had mentioned the council of Black
Yeah.
gamers that was pretty much like what I call my rotation of the people that I watch, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like you, Stroop, Mindful, Ronell, AK Games, and then there's like one or two more. And I'm just like, anytime there's some game announcements, I'm just like, ooh, I need to go consult the Black Council because by the time I get on TikTok, it's always like you and everybody else has a video, and I'm just like, oh, I can get different perspectives. This is
Yeah,
great.
yeah. And I saw.
But
I think I commented on. I did put a comment because she was like, I don't know if she was talking about she didn't know if she should post when everybody was post. I said, man, and I put in the
do it.
comments. I said, do post it. Your opinion is unique to you. Post it. No matter if everybody else is talking about it, we can all be talking about ketchup, but your opinion on ketchup is unique to you. Post it. Put it up there.
She's got great gaming takes. She does.
Yeah,
She
she
has great
does. She
gaming
really
takes.
does.
Very, very balanced too. Like I don't agree with all of her gaming takes, but like she can explain them eloquently, which is not everybody can do that.
Correct. A lot of people can't articulate what they when they don't like something or whatever the case may be. So
Hell no. Hell no, they can't.
yeah.
Takes a skill to do what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, but thank you so much for joining.
No
All of
problem,
his
man.
links will be
Appreciate you.
down below. Probably chop this up into clips anyway. But yeah, man, go give them a listen. Follow the Victory Road podcast. Um, you can find the episode that me and Al were on for the end of the year closeout episode. That was a pretty dope
Yes.
episode.
Yes, man. Come to listen. We definitely still got to get y'all on, but we love our end of the year episodes are always special, man, because so many people show up for us, and we still growing and everything, but it's just the fact of having everybody in that space and everybody's networking, you getting to know new people, and just we have fun. We have a good time, man. You get to interact, meet new
It was
people.
a
It is
great
like
time.
it's always fun. Man. I love our end of the year episodes, but yeah.
Yep. And then we made a nope, not gonna talk about that. Nope, nope. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I'm
Maybe
still
maybe one day.
I
Maybe
still
one
want to
day.
see. If you're talking, if I think you're talking about what I think you're talking about with the comparison of the two.
Oh no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
That's gonna be pre-recorded. That will never be live. Terry and Devil
Listen,
on the same episode will never be live.
I
No,
want
I was
to see.
talking about the thing that I invited you to. I think it was like yesterday
Oh
or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
earlier today.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't the no, too much work. Too much work. Can't mention that here.
yeah, yeah.
The real ones, no.
Absolutely.
God, that is a nightmare just thinking about. Nope. Caught myself. Maybe one day you guys get those sub numbers up. I'll tell you what I was talking about.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and sub, man. Go on ahead and do it.
Oh man, this has been an emergency episode of Chillin' and Party podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one.